Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. The show brings you the game of the week. It's the Athletics taking on the Houston Astros. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go. And towing the mound for Houston in this one, Framber Valdez. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
And that is out of play. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Gets to it on to first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate. And people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
And there's a foul ball. Pop foul out of play off to the right. One out, bases empty. In the dirt, and a count 1-2.
0-2 count. You got the opportunity to expand the zone. Could get the chase there. Let's see what he comes back with next.
Up the middle, Leon. Tosses to first, 2 away now. And time now to check out the A's lineup. A lot of bat-to-ball skill in this offense, Chris. Very tough outs all over the place, and they're sporting the best team batting average in the league right now.
Well, clearly they're good hitters, Boog, but I'll tell you from experience, when you're on the other side of the field, you look at these players and you just say, man, this team is lucky, because you feel like your team hits balls like that and they just don't find the holes that they seem to find. So I think it's a combination of being really good hitters, but also being lucky, and that's what this game is all about.
Lawrence Butler, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. 2 out, space is empty. There's a swing and a miss.
This guy's sink has so much drop at it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
That's to third. To first. And that'll do it. End of a half inning of play. No score. Back here with my pal Singy, and on the hill in this one, Jeffrey Springs. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just, having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Mauricio Dubon leading things off and takes a strike.
1 strike.
That clips the zone. That is strike 2. Sets him down looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call.
Well, definitely a borderline pitch right there, and he didn't look too convinced as he headed back to the dugout. Those are tough ones to let go as a hitter, but with the human umpire calling balls and strikes, it's always going to be on you to protect yourself with 2 strikes.
at the plate, Brendan Rodgers. There's the strike. Rodgers with a couple of homers in his last game. So a man at first. So next up for Houston, Yordan Alvarez. This one in the dirt. Man at first, one away. Runner takes off on the ground at first. Urshela takes it to the bag. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion. Now we check out the Astros lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Chas McCormick.
And Boog, you and I were talking about it before the game. He's got good speed, and if you watch him in this game, he's that type of guy that's very smart. He doesn't have this just eye-popping speed, but he knows how to use it, and he's very intelligent on the base pass to get to the next base, to get around the bases, and ultimately score runs.
Now one miss.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you, so make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
And downstairs, Yainer Diaz in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the finale of this 4-game set. Next offering is in for a strike.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
Swing and a miss and a changeup in the dirt. Up with it, fires to first. And it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. First frame of the night behind us, and it's 0-0. Second inning set to go. Leading off, Brent Rooker. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Valdez back to work. Ground ball up the middle. 1 out in the second.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
This is J.J. Bleday. And Singy, we already know he's going to finish the season with a new career high in home runs. Late swing, foul to the left.
Boog, here's a guy at the plate. I'm expecting to have a good game. He always seems to play better in road games.
That one pushed to the left and foul. Stays alive. The 0-2. Swings and misses, and now 2 gone. 2 down, base is empty. Zach Geloff up next for the A's. That one ripped, but foul. Second inning here, no score. Started after it, appeal to first. And he won around. Not an easy call there, but that puts an end to the inning. And the A's are gone in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here is Yainer Diaz. Springs goes 6 feet 3 inches, 220 pounds, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. That's in for a strike. Check swing, no appeal.
Nice job to keep the hands back on that one. Out in front just a little bit.
And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
And a 1-2. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field, and puts the squeeze on that one. One down.
Batting sixth, third baseman,
Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. Check swing called strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Oh, he gloves it, throws from his knees. It's there, and that's a great play.
Look at how he dives right there. Is able to pop up to both knees. Not enough time to get to his feet, but he threw a cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
So 2 down now, and here is Chas McCormick. That's in for a strike. Nasty pitch.
No ball. 1 strike.
Up and in, and it's 1-1. And that one missing low. Popped up. Urshela under it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We head on down to the top of the third. We're tied 0-0. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. And that is downstairs. And that's ball 1. Urshela went deep in his most recent game. Right side, Dubon. 1 up, 1 down.
That's what a good sinker is designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Third baseman, Max Schumann.
Max Schumann digs in now. Foul ball there. Top of the third, no score. Next pitch is outside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Up the middle, Dubon. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that extra step, secure his grip on the baseball, and make a strong, accurate throw.
And here's the rookie catcher, Daniel Susac. And that's outside.
1-0.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a foul straight back. Swings and misses. 1-2.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Swings through that one. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. That completes the strikeout. Inning over. 9 straight retired here to start the game. No score. Back in the ballpark, and in this series it has been lights out on the mound as we take a check of the numbers. Line to left, and that's just foul. And that's in the dirt.
1-2.
Pitch misses inside. Now 2-2. That one to first. Urshela steps on the bag. One gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, Pedro.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Pedro Leon.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
A little bit low, and it's 1-0. And another ball.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
The 2-0 is in for a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
And there's a ball.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Ground ball left side. On to Urshela, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd.
Up next for the Astros, second baseman, Mauricio.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Mauricio Dubon. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
The guy's going this good. He's retired 7 in a row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
Pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
This one in the air. Urshela hauls it in to end the inning. So they go quietly there. 3 innings complete. We're tied 0-0. Back here at Dyken Park, out of the 4th, and now Emmanuel Rodriguez. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1.
That big curve inside's a pitch that can buckle you a little bit. Looks like a fastball out of the hand and then just drops over that inside part of the plate.
That one ripped, and a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Go ahead run on base. Jacob Wilson now at the plate. The shortstop takes the ball. Rodriguez on at first, nobody out. Rips that one to right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One away.
Now batting, designated hitter, Lawrence Butler.
Lawrence Butler up next for the A's. First time up, he grounded to third. On the ground to the left. There's one.
That's an out.
And that's two. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. And midway in the fourth, no score. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Designated hitter, Brendan Rodgers.
In for a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, these Astros, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Left fielder, Jordan Alvarez.
Now it's Jordan Alvarez. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. And a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Outside. And it's 2-1. And a foul ball. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
On the ground to third. On to Urshela. And the Astros put down in order. Nothing doing there for Houston, and we are still scoreless. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Valdez back to work. And he swings over the top there. Rooker, a former All-Star, 30 years old now, a former first-round pick back in 2017. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses down and away.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Check swing went around. And the count 1-2.
2 strikes.
The wind of the pitch. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Hard hit left side. Zips it to first. One away here in the fifth.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's the left fielder, J.J. Bleday. Struck out swinging his first time. Little chopper rolls foul. And a swing and a miss there.
Yeah, every team has a hitter's meeting pregame, but this lineup seems way too anxious, aggressive. You wonder what they talked about.
That one is absolutely belted. Gone into the deck area and center, home run. He'll circle the bases, and just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0.
Well, that one won't stay below the radar. That made a lot of noise. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
And now it's going to be Zach Geloff.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
That's in there. 0-1.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
This one smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His 22nd homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 2-0.
Back-to-back home runs, and they keep adding to their lead. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
So 1 out, nobody on. Here's Gio Urshela. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Still able to get it there in time. And they do get the out.
Great job by the second baseman right there. Quick reaction to dive, knock that ball down. And big leaguers just don't panic, not the good ones. He gets up, makes the play, really good throw over to first base. That's the kind of composure that you want to see from a guy in that position.
2 outs, base is empty. Next up for the A's, Max Schumann. Fouled off left side. Two outs. Swing and a miss as he was late.
0-2.
Hard hit right side. And that is the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the 5th. At the plate is the Astros catcher, Yainer Diaz. Right through there for a strike.
Well, these Astros, from what we've seen, I think it's fair to wonder if they've been too patient at the plate. Sometimes it's a good thing, but today they're continuing to fall behind in the count, and that's adding a ton of pressure to their offense.
And that's downstairs. 2-1. That one is upstairs.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
Hit hard on the ground and up the middle, base hit.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. strike one.
Well, you can't offer it that pitch in an 0-0 count. It's a strike, but not every strike is a good strike early in the count.
And takes low for ball one.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And that one a little below the knees. And it's 2-1. Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. He's under it. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Got the pitch that he wanted. Just a little bit quick. Front shoulder open. Backside collapsed a little bit, and the launch angle not where he needed it to be.
Chas McCormick, the next to hit. And that misses. And that's ball one.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That one is back and gone. He leaves the yard to right. Home run number 10 of the year, and it ties it up. It's 2-2.
This crowd is on fire right now. They're going nuts thanks to that home run. Opposite field home run, and it's a warm night for sure. Ball's not being slowed as it gets up in the air to the outfield, so that had no problem getting out of here. Really nice show of power going the other way.
So up next, Jake Myers. He's 0 for 1. Fought off foul. And it's strike 2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. Still only one out here in the inning. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Susak down to first, and it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
Well, he really filled up the strike zone in that at bat until that final pitch. And as a hitter, you sense that they're coming after you, not dancing around the strike zone. They want to attack, and so you kind of get into swing mode, and you have to protect the plate. That's when you become really susceptible to something that makes you chase, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Slice to right. Rooker snags it, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. 2-run shot for the Astros this inning, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. 6th inning coming up on MLB The Show's Game of the Week. Back here in Houston, start of the 6th, John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and leading off, Daniel Susak. And foul ball. And that one fouled off. And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Quick 3-pitch strikeout, and you look at the sequence. The plan was clearly to work him inside. Didn't want to let him get his arms extended, make him a little bit uncomfortable in there, and he ended up overmatching him in the process. That's one you have to take note of as a hitter for next time you come to the plate.
So the lineup flips over. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the A's, Emmanuel Rodriguez. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Grounds one to short. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And he's going to make it to first, and we'll see how they score it.
Well, that grounder up the middle made it a little more challenging than a routine ball right at him, but it's definitely a play you expect to make as a middle infielder, and I'm sure he wants that one back, but for now, he's just got to get ready for the next one, make a play.
Go ahead run on base. Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. Out in front and foul to the left side. Hit softly on the ground to third. Boots it. And no shot to get him at first. There's two aboard.
Up next for the A's, the designated hitter, Lawrence Butler.
2 on, 1 out. Butler will hit next. 0 for 2 in this one. Base hit center field. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He scores and they have the lead. 3-2. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Singy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't, and this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody wants to mess it up.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. Framber Valdez won't go any further, and it wasn't his best start, but he kept them in it to this point, and will come back with a new arm. Lance McCullers Jr. takes over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
First and second, 1 out. Brent Rooker up next for the A's. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
A's leading by a run. In the dirt. Nothing happening on the bases, though. Movement in the bullpen. Sean Dubin getting ready to go. Up the middle, and that's a base hit around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and it's 4-2 to third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with 1 gone. Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Next up for the A's, J.J. Bleday. He's already homered in this game. Yeah, that's fouled off. The A's looking to add another. Swings and blasts one deep to left center, and that should be extra bases. 1 run is in. Headed for the plate. Relay throw home. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and they lead by 4.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
1 out, runner at second. And now Zach Geloff. He's already homered here in this one. And that is cut on and missed. Strike 1. And that one fouled off.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 gone.
No, that pitch wasn't even close to being a strike, and that just goes to show you how defensive hitters can become when they're up against an 0-2 count. You're just hoping for a mistake somewhere near the zone that you can get the bat to, but right there, he was clearly anxious. He was swinging when the ball left the hand.
And first offering is fouled off. That's to third. Paredes. The throw to first. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the A's 6 and the Astros 2. Welcome back to the ballpark as we check out the current playoff picture.
Mauricio Dubon.
That one the other way. Steps on first for the out.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Brendan Rodgers getting ready to hit. That catches the corner.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Swing and a ground ball. Under Urshela. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, left fielder, Yordan Alvarez.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And that drops in for a strike. And that one is in for a strike. Good pitch. That's down and in.
Full count.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Gets to it, on to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're through 6 full. It's the A's 6 and the Astros 2.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound,
Number
Sean
66.
Dubin.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
Here's the third baseman, Max Schumann.
Third baseman, Max Schumann.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
No ball. 1 strike.
And it's even up.
That's too low.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. On to first. Got him. 1 away on the strikeout.
Now batting.
Now the catcher up to hit, Daniel Susac. That clips the corner. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Gone into the Crawford box is a home run. A solo shot. His second of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 7-2. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
So back to the top of the order. Here's the center fielder, Emmanuel Rodriguez. High fly ball out towards left field. And that one is off the top of the wall. And that's a double.
Waste no time there.
Now
So
batting,
close to
number
blasting
5.
that one out of here the other way. But well, that's very tough to do when you take on the outfield gap like that. Beautiful swing, though. Let the ball get a little deep and drove it to the opposite field.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. Sean Dubin departs, and he's responsible for the runner on second. So the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching
New
for the
pitcher on here,
Astros.
Hayden Wisniewski.
Number 39.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
1 out, runner at second. Wilson now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. On the ground to third. Slings to first in time.
Up next for the A's, the designated hitter, Lawrence
Now
Butler.
the A's designated hitter, Lawrence Butler. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And that is that. 1 in the inning, and it comes from a rather unlikely power source. It's 7-2. Back after this on the show. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Astros, first baseman, Christian Walker.
There's a strike.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what this guy has done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
And he hits a ground ball right side. He steps on the bag and 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next for the Astros, catcher, Yainer.
So digging in, Yainer Diaz, 1 for 2. That's too
Ball
low.
1.
And that is ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
Just missed.
2-0 to count.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Outside.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Swings and misses. 3-2 now.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Popped up. Hauls it in for the out. And a superb diving catch.
Great diving catch to end the inning. That'll fire up the dugout for sure. Time to go swing it.
Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season. Wisniewski back to work. Swing and a pop-up. Dubon makes the grab, and there's one down. Next up for the A's, J.J. Bleday.
Well, no better night than Sunday night when everyone is watching. You break out, you just let them know that you haven't gone anywhere.
This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. Gone. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. It's 8-2. That's their fourth home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Now, Zach Geloff. Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. Wisniewski, a 6'3" righty, 27 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2019. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. He talked about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Goes down looking.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
2 down, bases empty. Gio Urshela to the plate. Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1.
Now this is in the air down the line. McCormick sizing this one up. Corrals it. And that is that. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. And this is now an 8-2 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show.
When I come out, they run out. I'll be working that stage to the sun out. Your boy cooked them blown up. Time to lace my boots and show up. And if you still can't.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Right fielder, Chaz McCormick.
Right through there for a strike.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Not close with that one. And now it's even 1-1. Next offering is fouled back. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. Good eye right there.
2-2.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Rodriguez under it, drops into the glove, and there's one away.
Now batting, center fielder.
And now here is Jake Myers. Hit on the ground to the right side, and he can't come up with it. Still able to fire over, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay. 2 outs, base is empty. And the batter now, Pedro Leon. In for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt.
0-2.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. On the ground, Schumann sends it across the first. That's the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros, and it's still 8-2. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Do you collect baseball cards?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to put them in my back tire of my bicycle so it would sound like a motorcycle. Probably ruined some good cards back then, but don't really have much of a collection. The other day I came across a binder that my wife had in one of the drawers, and my son's got some baseball cards. So we'll be looking to see if there's any kind of retirement income in there.
The 1-0. Up the middle, Leon. Over to first, and a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, catcher Daniel Susak.
And here's the catcher, Daniel Susak. Foul ball. Ground ball left side,
foul.
And that's just foul. 1 down, base is empty. Misses, and the count 1-2. The other way, takes it in for the out.
Now batting, the center fielder Emmanuel Rodriguez.
And now the center fielder, Emmanuel Rodriguez. And first offering is fouled off. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That one's back. That'll make it out of here. And they add on. It's 9-2. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Hayden Wisniewski is done, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching.
So
for
they
the
turn things over to the
Astros.
righty, Brian Abreu.
Number
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Base is empty with 2 away. Now a chance for Jacob Wilson. They say a win.
No balls. 1 strike.
High fly ball, right field. McCormick makes the catch, and that is that. The A's get one on this homer, and it's now a 9-2 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show.
Now pitching for the
Back
Athletics.
now as they hand the ball to a fresh
Number
arm to start the
58.
bottom of the 9th. Noah Murdoch.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Second baseman.
Back to the top of the order. Here's the Astros leadoff man, Mauricio Dubon. And the first offering a fastball for a strike. On the ground to third. Throws to first. And the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
Designated hitter, Brendan Rodgers.
So now the Astros designated hitter, Brendan Rodgers. 1 for 3. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball. 1 strike.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Under Urshela, and they're down to their last out.
I love how guys at this level are able to slow the game down, whether it's in the batter's box or on defense. And right there, that was a good job of knowing just how much time he had. We talk about that internal clock. He was able to gather himself, get a good grip, and make an accurate throw across the diamond.
And here is Yordan Alvarez. Could be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw in there. That's a double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charging, crazy.
So 2 down. Christian Walker digs in now. Hit to the left side, and this is going to do it. Throw to first, and ball game. And the A's finish off a 4-game sweep.
9 wins in a row. It's such a good feeling right now with this club that no one wants to be the player that causes the team to lose. In fact, they're looking at ways, each player, every day they come to the ballpark, how can I help us win today? And this is a great feeling. It's like being in the playoffs when individual statistics don't matter. It's all about the team W.
This one ends the final 9-2. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by the Game of the Week. I'm it.